If you're not engaging in the world market moves on without you, and that's really what's been happening.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the State of Soy. I'm Aaron Putsey, and we have farmer directors from across the state gathering in central Iowa to talk about issues impacting their bottom line. And of course, you can't have many conversations without it going to the importance of trade and the importance of moving those soybeans to markets all across the world. Ambassador Al Johnson, you spoke to the board of directors here today and to the farmers gathered. Why is trade so important, and why is it not gaining the kind of support perhaps that it traditionally has?
Well, first of all, it's extremely important to agriculture because many of the commodities that we grow, particularly in a place like Iowa, are exported, either the products or the commodity itself. And that sets the market to some extent. If you're not engaging in the world market moves on without you, and that's really what's been happening. In that the U.S. has not been as involved in negotiating trade agreements while our competitors and our customers have been. And we're being gradually left out of that process. And the reason that's happened to some extent is because we've lost the consensus on trade in the United States that existed pretty uniformly across party lines, across the economy prior to the 2000s. And then since then, it's become a very bipolar issue. A lot of our votes have become so controversial that the current administration doesn't want to touch them and doesn't really want to have to go to Congress on that. It makes it difficult for the other side to take us seriously if we don't have our Congress and the administration together in the same team.
These issues about not only trade, but the role of soybeans and the importance of trade to soybeans strikes very close to home for you. You're a native Iowan. You served in the role as CEO of the Iowa Soybean Association in its previous iteration. You also were the longest serving ambassador on the USTR. So these issues really matter to you.
When I was in the Bush administration, that was sort of a field of dreams sort of attitude, which is if you build it, they will come. If you open up the markets, that'll create investment and jobs and opportunity and grow economies and the quality of life for everybody. That over the last 20 years has been tarnished to some extent because some in the trade environment have not acted in the way that we expected them to. And it's created some barriers to trade, and it's also created some backlash in the United States as some people have lost their job or had to change industries, and they didn't enjoy that. It's very important that not just our markets are open, which is important to us, but also that the things that our products go into, whether it's the meat industry, the poultry industry, or whatever, that their markets are open to them. And it's very difficult to do that in this environment. And what we're seeing again is our competitors and our customers doing deals, and with that we're not part of. So we face a higher tariff, or our customers are facing higher tariffs and trying to export their products than what our competitors are, and that's costing us.
As you look to the next year or two on the trade front, what is encouraging to you if there is something to be encouraged about?
The important thing is going to be for the ag community to make it clear to the folks running for president that they do care about trade, that is an important agenda item. And they will be graded to some extent by what they do to open markets and deal with unfair trade practices that may be going on. We did see that under Trump in the last time he served in office under the USMCA. So they were able to come to an agreement with the Congress and with Mexico and with Canada. And that created a bipartisan consensus and it passed overwhelmingly the Congress. I'm optimistic we can get there again, but they need to know that we got their back.
Well, and this is going to increasingly be an important issue for farmers as we move forward. Reporting for this edition of the State of Soy, I'm Aaron Putsey.
Farming is a competitive business, and you need equipment you can count on every single day. That's why for nearly 90 years, farmers have entrusted their grain handling to Brandt Agricultural Products. Brandt's full line of hardworking conveyors, augers, grain carts, vacs, grain bagging equipment, and tillage equipment are made to deliver the competitive edge you need to lead the field and are manufactured here in the USA. For more information on our full line of products, visit brandt.ca today.